me too, Matt. I got one last day and
Hey, what's up guys? SeeJayAre here with another live garage sale video. Rainy day in August, not expecting too many sales today. I got both the boys with me. Teddy, say hi.
Hi.
And Andrew.
Hi.
And Matt.
Hey, I got a new hat.
Matt got a new hat, a new Pokemon hat. I told him that that's for 4-year-olds. Oh, he's wearing his matching Pokemon shirt that I got him also. So yeah, I'm not expecting a whole lot of sales today. It rained pretty hard about 20 minutes ago, but it's starting to clear up now a little bit, so hopefully we'll still be able to hit some sales. Yes, I shaved. I know it looks strange. I'm still getting used to it myself, but my wife seems to like it better than the beard. I'm used to having a beard now, so. Anyways, it's time for this week's segment of what is Matt collecting this week?
So I'm looking for Gamecube, Game Boy Advance, Game Boy Color, and Game Boy games.
So if we find some games, those games will be on sale. Matt will be selling them probably by Sunday to probably buy another 3DS, maybe a Vita. Matt has a real problem with buying and collecting games and then getting rid of them literally 2 days later. I think he's had a 3DS. I think he's bought a 3DS, I think 3 different times in the last 6 months.
New 3DS twice.
Yeah, so it's always funny to see what Matt's buying and selling. I do my best to try and talk him out of it, but at some points I just give up. So anyways, let's see what we can find today. All right, first pickup of the day, nothing too crazy, but grabbed this DJ Hero 2 bundle. The game for the 360 and then 2 of the turntables. So $5 for that stuff. DJ Hero is actually a really fun game and I don't own part 2 yet, so decent start. You don't want to part with the system?
I don't know if it still works since my daughter, so I'd probably say no.
Okay. I mean, if it doesn't work, I'd still buy it.
I know the one.
Do you have an SP like with the flip-up screen?
I have like this one.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking for.
Like the old one.
Yeah.
It's pretty
Is
condition.
it?
Yeah.
I mean,
like
I'll take a look.
The back spacing. I actually found it in an old couch that I was getting rid of.
Oh, really?
Like it was ours.
Is the battery cover missing? That's what you mean? Yeah.
It was ours, but the kids lost it in the couch.
Yeah.
And when I was cleaning out the couch before I threw it out to the road, I found it in there. But it was like beaten to hell.
Maybe I'll just, would you take like $15 for these?
Just the Pokemons I know I couldn't sell.
What are you going to play? Like, how come you're holding
Well,
them?
the kids will want them, but okay. Yeah, I'll take them.
I don't think you have anything to play them
Yeah.
on. Actually, I'll take one of these too.
Okay.
So is there anything else? Any other N64, Super Nintendo, NES?
I got it in television.
And television I don't need. I've got one and a ton of games. But like any NES stuff.
I have an N64, but I don't even know where it is. I've been actually just going through the basement.
Yeah.
And I think the kids took it to one of their friends and left it there.
Any
I've been asking
games
about.
anywhere?
Oh no, it's down there. And
Games or anything?
let me take a look.
Anything video game related.
So is this his first price?
Pardon?
Is this his first price?
Probably been out 45. I know we paid.
Okay, just made a pretty cool little pickup there. Again, asked if they had games, went through my list. He said they have some, but they're not selling them. Then I said, you will sell your video games. No, I didn't say that. But I said, you know, is there anything that you're not playing that I could take a look at? If you bring them out, maybe I can make you an offer and we'll go from there. And it's usually game over after that. If they bring them out, they usually don't go back in. So, just some GBA stuff. He brought out some DS stuff. It was all Snickle Fritz. So I just offered him 15, thinking that he might come back at 20. He mentioned that he wanted to hold on to the Pokemon stuff. But he said that the GBA didn't work, so I said, okay. I'm like, well, you don't really have anything to play the games on. He's like, yeah, that's true. He's like, yeah, no problem. So I said $15, and he said, yep, that's good. So got all that stuff in the tin for $15. The best games are a Pokemon Leaf Green, Blue, and then there's a Mario Tennis in there, and a, Capcom Classics? Which Capcom Classics?
Mini Mix.
Mini Mix. So I think there's like 2 or 3 games on there. Anyways, decent little pickup for 15 bucks, and he threw in the most disgusting GBA that you've ever seen, but that is a prime candidate to do a backlit mod on, because I can take out the internals and that's all I need from that. Or wait, do I need anything from that? Yeah, I need the internals, and I have a new shell to put it in, so that's probably the first one I'm gonna do the mod on. I'll take it all apart, clean up the board, and then I have a really beat up SP101 screen. The screen's in good shape, but the system's beat, so I'm gonna attempt to do the backlight mod. Also, Andrew picked up, what'd you get, buddy? A couple sales ago, Andrew got a nice bag of marbles for $1. And we're still looking for, Teddy, what do you want to find?
Police car.
We're still looking for a police car for Teddy. That's every week, Teddy, what do you want to find at garage sales? Police car, every week.
And I'm looking for...
All Teddy cares about is cars. He loves cars. Matt, you want to say something?
Oh, I'm looking for GameCube still, and Game Boy Advance.
Yeah, you already said that.
Oh, sorry.
I can't believe you just found that at a garage sale. That is crazy. What are the chances that he found that? I don't know. Andrew, go ask the lady how much that is. Right in the black shirt. Ask her how much it is.
Mom, how much is this little Power Ranger toy? Well, it's got, I think the little power thing is missing, so $2.
What is the power? But isn't that just battery? Okay, Andrew, go give it to the lady with the green shirt.
Checks everything out.
Okay.
But I think he said that needs a lot of batteries.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
Oh, thank you, sweetheart.
Did you go?
He's been looking every day, like all year. We go to a sale and he says, I want a dyno charger. I'm like, he's never going to find one at a garage sale. He just spotted it right there. That's crazy. Say thanks, Andrew. Okay, we've got a big development here. So every time Andrew comes out to a garage sale, you guys may have heard in past videos, I always ask what you're looking for. I think he may have even said it this morning when I asked. And he always says a dyno charger. It's like a Power Rangers gun, it's called a dyno charger. And I humor him, I'm like, oh yeah, maybe we'll find one. I never thought we would find one. We're at a sale and he tugs on my shorts and points over to the ground, and what is sitting there? A dyno charger in the box, like basically brand new. Andrew, are you pretty happy you found that?
Yeah.
And how much was it?
I think $2.
Yeah,
I'm
so
not happy now.
$2. Teddy said he's not happy now. We're still gonna find Teddy something cool. Don't worry, buddy. Yeah, so we picked up a dyno charger for Andrew. All right, real quick pickup. I wasn't able to film it. It was just happened so quick. Little church sale, just looking around, didn't expect anything. And then on the steps, I just see a lone copy of Mario 3. So of course, right away I asked, is there any more of these? And he said, no, I was just holding on to it for my sister. And I was like, oh, you won't sell these? And his mom's like, oh, just sell them. Like, I can offer you a couple bucks. And she's like, oh, that's fine. So Mario 3 for $3. Oh yeah. How much are your albums?
Just like an offer. Some of them are in rough shape because our son when he was little he used to miss this.
Made a quick vinyl pickup. Not too bad. I got them for $5 for the 4 album. Roberta Flack, not Roberta Black, Matt. The next one is a Elton John album, Tumbleweed Connection. Pretty nice find with the Elton John. I don't own that. I don't own any of these. Picked up a Duran Duran album. I'm not too familiar with Duran Duran. I mean, I know who they are, but I don't know much of their stuff. And the Doobie Brothers. I don't have any of these, so for just over $1 a piece, I'm pretty happy. The vinyl pickups have been almost non-existent. It's been really hard finding vinyl this year for some reason. At least good stuff. There was a Raffi album there I should have picked up for the kids.
Raffi.
Just made it actually a really nice pickup. It's a little bit underrated here. I don't know if I got footage, but there was a garage and there was some just really crappy pile of records. I decided to flip through every one and it really paid off. The discs were the records are in surprisingly good shape. So I picked up a couple games too. A copy of Uncharted. This PSP game, I think someone was breaking out hash on that or something like that. That's definitely some kind of drugs. But other than that, I'll swap out the case. It's in good shape. It's a Warhammer game. And then a copy of Diablo 3 on the PS3.
Oh yeah.
And then probably like 20 or 30 records. Lots of really good hard rock stuff in here. Waylon Jennings, Hank Williams. Not big in the country. SeeJayAre compilation, I'll give that to my niece. Willie Nelson, but lots of like Quiet Riot, Ozzy Osbourne, Aerosmith. I don't even know what this is. Compilation album, Black Sabbath. Sorry, you can't see that. Black Sabbath albums. Dr. Hook I didn't have. More Ozzy. Just stuff that you don't see. Motley Crue album. Here's the cover right behind it. Judas Priest, Quiet Riot. Just really good like hard rock, 80s hard rock stuff that you just don't find. So decent deal there. 20 bucks for everything. The games and the vinyl. So really nice deal. How much are you asking on the games?
The games are $5.
Okay. And what about this one?
I was asking $5.
There wouldn't be any clips for it laying around that you noticed, would you? They're like orange.
Yeah, I know.
Square thing. Look, they got all these crazy Sprite flavors now, eh?
Yeah.
You can get like grape Sprite.
Yeah.
Okay, I think we are pretty much done for the day. Just dropping Matt off at work here. Matt, you gotta try a grape Sprite on your break and let me know how it is. They have a whole bunch of like crazy new flavors at McDonald's now. Vanilla Barks, well that one's not new.
Freestyle.
But I feel like the Sprite stuff wasn't there before, like cherry Sprite.
Yeah, it's different Sprite, yeah.
You can get like peach Sprite, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Anyways, have a good day at work.
See you later.
Go check out Matt's channel in the description below.
Bye guys.
Teddy's out cold. Andrew's still awake though.
Bye guys.
Okay, see you, Matt.
See you later.
Bye. That's a Honda Civic Gold Edition, also known as a Honda Civic India Edition. Is that racist? I hope not.
I got one of those controllers.
Okay.
I got a Nintendo set myself, and I'm trying to get it up and running. So
Okay.
these games I never ever played or cared for.
Yeah. Can I make an offer on the rest? Like you said, you don't know if it works, or?
No, it works. It
Yeah.
works. Yeah, I just need to clean the connector on the inside.
So this is the stuff that you're willing to part
Yeah,
with?
yeah.
What would you want for this?
$2.
Daddy, they got these I
Wow.
got. I got 4 freebies.
Wow. Are you gonna eat all those?
Yeah.
Great, thanks for
All right,
pulling it out.
yeah.
Appreciate
No
it.
problem.
That was a nice little score. Just asked if he had games. I saw the look on his wife's face, which told me yes, he has games and please get rid of them. So I asked what he had, and he said, I got some old Nintendo stuff, but I don't know if they work, which is actually music to my ears. And I said, oh, just bring it out. I'll take a look at it. So he came out with a stack of 4 games. He didn't bring the system out. He said he's, I guess, in the walk from the garage to the basement, I guess, where the stuff was, he decided that he wanted to try and get it going. I asked him if he would bring it out and make an offer on it. He said he wanted to hold on to it. I didn't really want to push too much, just because I kind of felt him out. I could tell that he wasn't really going to move on it. Anyways, 4 games and a NES Advantage. And I just said, you know, I was going to make an offer. I was going to offer 10 bucks and hope that he took that and kind of go from there. But I went with, I just asked him what he wanted for this stuff, and he said 2 bucks. So a couple decent games there. Duck Hunt, or DuckTales, Hogan's Alley, Gauntlet, and RoboCop. RoboCop's probably the worst one of the bunch. Yeah, really good deal. $2, that's absolutely crazy. Hey, what's up guys? SeeJayAre here. We're back in the game room after a decent day in August. It's getting towards the end of the garage sale season, and most people by this time have already had their garage sale, so it tends to slow down. I still like to get out there. you know, I found a few good things here that definitely made it worth my while to get out today. It was fun getting out with Matt and the two boys. So as always, you can find the link for Matt's channel in the description below. Feel free to go check out his channel. There's a lot of stuff that like I don't necessarily film sometimes, so he's got his little camera too that he makes a little video on too. So if you want to see more garage sale stuff, more footage from today, feel free to go check out his channel. Okay, I'm gonna get into this. The first thing I picked up, I actually haven't even opened this yet, was a DJ Hero 2 bundle. I have a boxed and complete DJ Hero set over there. I actually really enjoyed the first game. I didn't play a whole lot of it, but I thought it was a pretty cool concept. Cool enough to get a second game, but I highly doubt we'll see another DJ Hero. The whole peripheral thing has just kind of died, so. These seem to be in pretty good shape here. Battery has exploded in the bottom of that one. I know this detaches. Not sure why. I wonder if you can attach two of them? I don't know. I don't know why that would come apart. I don't know, maybe for storage. I don't think there's a dongle. I think it just works kind of like a controller, so I think it's complete. And then there's a second one here. It says portable CD player on it. And then the game here, DJ Hero 2, complete. Listed at 10 for everything. I got it for 5. Decent pickup there. One kind of random pickup. I just went to a church sale. Church sales are typically garbage. It's funny, I saw a guy on Instagram today. I forget his name, but he scored a massive N64 score at a church sale. Church sales are generally horrible, horrible places and rarely have video games. Just looked on the steps. There was a guy sitting on the steps, and there was this right beside him, and I just asked him if he had any more. He said no. I asked him what he wanted for, and he said a couple bucks. So I got that for $3. Probably one of the better pickups today. Asked if they had games. He said I have some old video game stuff. When I mentioned Game Boy, he said yeah, but we're keeping it. And I said, would you bring it out? I can make an offer, and that worked. He brought it out, and it actually ended up being a decent little deal. So I'll go through these here. I got Pokemon Blue. Haven't tested them yet. I would probably assume that the batteries are dead. I just noticed that this copy of Leaf Green has a crack in the side there. Shouldn't really affect the value too much. People are going nuts for these right now. So that's Leaf Green and Blue. Case for Blue. We got Mario Tennis. That's a great one on the Game Boy Color. Some Snickle Fritz here. Phil of the Future. You probably can't even see this. Horses. Need for Speed Underground 2. And then the rest of these I actually needed for the collection. So I'm actually going to have to look and see how far away I am from a Game Boy GBA complete collection. I would think I'm probably halfway now. I've got a ton of GBA games. Aragon. I needed that. I needed all these. Texas Hold'em Poker. Really happy to find this one. Capcom Classics Mini Mix. Somebody on Instagram let me know that Mighty Final Fight's actually on there. Let me know in the comments below if you know what else is on this Capcom Classics Mini Mix. Nicktoons Racing. Also, I don't know if anybody's played that. Let me know. I'm kind of excited to try that out. I'll probably try them out after this video. Pocket Dogs. This is called Groovy Games. It's a Barbie game, I believe. I keep them all. If I don't have them, I just throw them in my big Ziploc bag. And then this is Hamtaro, Hams Unite on the Game Boy Color. $15 for all that, so that ended up being a pretty good deal. He actually ended up throwing in this, this is the most disgusting, beat up Game Boy Advance I've ever seen. I'll be doing a Will It Work with this GBA. Let me know in the comments below if you think this will work. It's really gross and looks like water damage, so I don't have high hopes for that. $15 for that pickup. My first vinyl pickup, well, this is a single vinyl pickup. Picked up Tracy Chapman. It's the one with Fast Car I think she's got one other hit, but I don't think it's on here. Tracy Chapman. I think I may have this already, but I'll give it to my niece. She's collecting vinyl now. I'm also going to give her this, Best of CCR. It's just like a K-Tel mix of all their hits, so I'll give her that too. Picked up 3 more albums, or 4 more, looks like. Roberta Flack. I don't have this one. She's best known for singing Killing Me Softly. It's funny, excuse me, I got acid reflux. People get on me for my vinyl video I did where I didn't know like album covers. I don't know album covers from like 70s rock or like this. I wouldn't know this album by just seeing the cover. I can't possibly know every single genre of music. My specialty is probably 90s hip-hop, grunge, like rock from the 90s to the 2000s. That's when I grew up, so album covers from there I know. I can't know everything about every subject. I know a lot about sports, I know a lot about video games, I know a lot about music. You know, I can't be a person... Typically, you'll find someone that just knows one thing really well. I kind of know a few things pretty well. I'm not an expert, so people got on me like, how did you not know that that was Zeppelin 4 or whatever? And it's like, give me a break. And another thing people said is, I can't believe this guy throws around his vinyl like that. Like, I don't know, maybe it's because I pay like 10 cents per record. Maybe I'd be a little more gentle with them if I paid more, but I don't think I'm being overly violent with my records. Anyways, Tumbleweed Connection by Elton John. Duran Duran. I don't know, Seven and the Ragged Tiger. The Doobie Brothers. The Captain and Me. I'm not going to go through all these. So that was at the one pickup. Just picked up those for like $5, just over $1 each. And then this was one big pickup. I guess I'll go through this. Went to a sale, found some video game stuff, asked if they had old stuff. He kind of scoffed at his mom because apparently his mom threw out a whole bunch of retro video games. So had a couple games I was interested in. I grabbed those and I saw some records in the garage that I went through. Really kind of wet and musty in there. But the albums, I checked every single one of these and they're okay. Some of them are in good condition, some are bad, but they'll all play. This is a loose Cheech and Chong Up in Smoke soundtrack. I have that. That was just in one of the other ones. I'll go through the games quick here. I just grabbed Uncharted Among Thieves, Part 2. And then Diablo 3 on the PS3. That's a nice one. And then I picked up one PSP game. Warhammer Battle for Attuma. It looks like a card game. It's in really good shape. Other than somebody used it for... hash, looks like hash oil or like Jamaican gum, basically for drugs. All that stuff on there is, I believe when you take a rolling paper and you spread it onto a rolling paper and then roll it up with tobacco or marijuana and you smoke it. So that brings me back to high school. I believe that's hash oil on there. So I'm just going to swap this case out. Other than that, it seems to be in good shape. Aside from the hash oil, maybe I can salvage some of that. I'm kidding. It doesn't even smell like hash anymore. Okay, I'll go through this real quick. I don't know if I'm going to go through all of them. Some really good stuff in here. A whole bunch. A Dr. Hook album I didn't have. Really like Dr. Hook. Kind of grew up on that stuff. A couple Waylon Jennings albums. Waylon Jennings is probably most famous for... Is it actually called The Good Old Boys? It's the theme from Dukes of Hazzard. I'm sure it's actually called The Good Old Boys. Let me know in the comments below if it's not called The Good Old Boys. I absolutely love that song. I'm not sure if it's actually on any of these. Doesn't look like it. Anyways, 3 Waylon Jennings albums. I'm not a big country fan, but Waylon Jennings is pretty cool. Aerosmith Rocks. Metal for Breakfast is a compilation like metal album. Some Hank Williams Jr. Greatest Hits. Charlie Daniels Band, I actually kind of like them. I'm not huge into country, but like Willie Nelson, Johnny Cash, I'll grab that stuff. I don't have any of these Willie Nelson albums. A lot of these are like older, like pretty old Willie Nelson stuff. Interesting one here, White Snake Is This Love. This is a Initial pressing on white vinyl, limited edition white vinyl. So I don't know if that's worth anything. I don't think Whitesnake. Is Whitesnake the band that they had a concert and there was a fire and a bunch of people died? Was that Whitesnake? Let me know in the comments below. I believe it happened in like Boston or something like that, but a whole bunch of people died in a fire. I thought that was Whitesnake. Cool one here, Cheech and Chong, Los Cochinos. I'd like to throw that on right now, actually. I've never actually heard this. I've seen all the movies, but I've never actually listened to the albums. Thin Lizzy Renegade, really cool one here. Motorhead, Iron Fist. A lot of like metal and 80s rock here. It's just stuff I never see and I don't have. 2 copies of Quiet Riot, Mental Health. This one's got Come On, Feel the Noise. Oh, and what's the other? I Wanna Rock is their other one, right? I believe. Quiet Riot? Is that I Wanna? Yeah, pretty sure I Wanna Rock was Quiet Riot. Judas Priest, Unleashed in the East. Just look at those guys. Awesome. More Judas Priest, British Steel, a Motley Crue album, Black Sabbath. This looks like I'm guessing pre-Ozzy, 1983, post-Ozzy, and then 3 Ozzy Osbourne albums. Like, you know, I'm not the biggest like hard rock or metal fan, but just kind of cool stuff to find. Stuff I just never see. Anyways, I know a lot of you don't care about the vinyl pickups, but vinyl pickups have been actually really slow this year, so I was happy to find some cool stuff. Probably the coolest pickup of the day was this NES stuff. I just asked if he had games. His wife was like, oh, do you still have that Nintendo? He mentioned he had the Nintendo, but that he doesn't know if it works, which actually is great to hear, because that's fine with me. If it'll devalue the bundle, that's great. Unfortunately, he came up with, or fortunately, he just came up with this stuff. He kind of said that he wanted to hold on to it. I probably should have pressed a little harder. You know, I said, would you bring it up and I can make you an offer on it? He said, I think I'm going to try and fix it and hold on to it. I should have come back with, you know, you'd be looking at probably $30 to $50 depending on what you have. Is typically what I do. I press, but you know, I keep it lighthearted. I don't want to feel like I'm pressuring the person. Yeah, so there's a fine line. There's so many deals I get though, where people at first, the first thing they say is no, I don't want to sell it, and I end up getting everything they own. So I mean, it happens all the time. People just, I don't know if it's easier for them to just say, I don't really want to sell it because maybe they don't want to get it or whatever. If you can just convince them to go take a look and bring it out, then usually you can get a deal done. Anyways, he came up with this stuff, which is amazing. We got an NES Advantage, and it looks like it's in pretty darn good shape. It might even be better than the one I have, so that's a pretty nice score. And then some decent games. We got DuckTales. I think DuckTales in Canada is probably 20-25 bucks. Hogan's Alley, RoboCop, and then Gauntlet. I love Gauntlet. Love playing that with Andrew. Andrew really likes Gauntlet. So those 4 games, and I was about to say, would you take 10 bucks for it? Expecting a counter, but instead, I don't know. I just went with my instinct. I didn't want to insult him. I know he wanted to keep some of his stuff, so I just said, "What are you asking for? What do you want for it?" And he said $2. I couldn't believe it. He's like, I don't know, how about $2? And I said, sure. Okay, I handed him the toonie and I was out of there. So pretty awesome deal. That is it. Andrew got a dyno charger that he is over the moon about. As I said, he's been looking for one forever. I couldn't believe that he just was like, hey daddy, there's a dyno charger, and it was right there. It was crazy. Andrew got some marbles. Poor Teddy got shut out today. All Teddy cares about is cars. But yeah, so a bit of a slower week, but I'm still very happy that I'm getting this stuff in August. Gave him my number to lots of people that I'll never hear from again. So anyways, guys, I believe that's everything. That's it. Guys, quick cut here. I found, it's now Sunday. I actually picked up something at a Sunday garage sale. That never happens. I was just headed over to my parents and I saw a sign for a garage sale. Because it was raining so much yesterday, there was a few out there today. I only hit one, and actually I scored. I guess first thing I grabbed here was for 50 cents. I grabbed this little Tamagotchi. I don't know what they go for. I think I'm actually going to give that to my niece. Picked up a silver Gamecube. Looks pretty dirty, but it was actually running on a TV at the sale. A bunch of Snickle Fritz games here. And we got Spider-Man. The games are in okay condition. Cars. Surf's Up. Oh, that's amazing. That's awesome. There's actually a loose copy of Mario Kart Double Dash in there. Wow, that made it actually a really good deal. I was just telling Matt how it was nothing but really crappy games. Surf's Up is not in there. Shark's Tale. But there's a copy of Mario Kart Double Dash. Unfortunately, no case. Just a loose one, but I will take that. And nothing in there, so. Another purple controller, which I'm very happy to see. I don't have one for my collection. I picked one up, I think, last week. But one of the buttons is a bit sticky, so I think this will be going in my personal collection. I don't know what I ever did with my purple one. I think I bundled it away. And then all the power cords and cables. So with that Mario Kart, that ended up being a pretty good deal for a Sunday single garage sale. 15 bucks for everything. They had a Wii there that he wanted like 50 bucks for, and he said the laser was broken. So really happy with that deal for a Sunday pickup. Thank you so much for watching. Like always, do me a huge favor and just hit that like button. We just hit 50,000 subscribers. Major milestone. I never ever thought that I'd be able to hit that, so that's really cool. Someday I want that YouTube plaque. As silly as it sounds, I don't know if it's like gonna validate all the videos I've made just so I can show people, hey, look at the plaque, I'm on YouTube. I got 100,000 subscribers. So it's kind of stupid. It is something that I actually want. The problem is I know that probably by the time I get there in years or whatever it'll be, they'll probably have done away with the whole plaque thing, at least at 100,000. I'm sure by then it'll be gone. So I'm on the road to 100,000. So yeah, thank you to you guys. 50,000 subs is absolutely amazing. I really appreciate all the support. You guys have been amazing. People ask, like, people assume that YouTube can be like typical internet trolls and stuff like that. But really, I don't get it very bad. People are really nice on my channel. I get maybe one, I don't even know if it's 1 in 100 comments that are mean or rude. I get the odd rude comment about Matt. I just delete people when they make comments. So yeah, I enjoy having Matt in the videos. I think it adds something, especially on weeks like this. If I have Matt or the kids, it's kind of fun to include them in the video a little bit, just because it's a little bit slower. I think it makes it a little more interesting. Yeah. Anyways, I'm rambling on here. Thank you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned. I'm going to try and get that PC video up. The PC build video just blew up. It's like at 18,000 views. People really like that. I didn't film a YouTube section for the video, so I have to find a way to export the video from Twitch and then edit it from there into 2 parts, and I'm working on that to get that up. So just be patient. It'll be coming soon for those of you that care. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching, and till the next episode.
What do I have to say? Give me my Frito-Lay for my chips and dip. Don't forget my Cheetos, and I don't want to sip of your beer. You might think I'm a